back. 4 months and I'm back. So I suggest you sit down, get comfortable and prepare to watch the whole world go to pop. Yeah, probably not quite like that, but yeah. Prepare for the usual fare when it comes to my videos. I've been away and now I'm back. I think. Yeah, I'm back. Excuse me, I keep taking a drink, my throat's a bit what's the name at the moment. Right. Been busy with my volunteer work over the summer. I could have made this video a month ago, but I'm still kind of in that mode. We're actually winterising the pool where I volunteer at the moment. So, yeah. Well, there's new acquisitions which I'll show you in a bit. But first I've got, obviously with being away and that, I've not quite kept up with people's videos. I've kept up with odd occasional ones here and there. At the moment I'm kind of working my way into working my way through kind of looking at people, seeing where people are now and what they're doing video wise. One of the guys I watched a couple of Gary Bottoms' videos, well, Make a Model Again, Gary, whatever you want to call, whatever he goes by, we all know, most people know his name by now. Yeah, watched a couple of his videos and they made me chuckle no end. Mainly because he's a very funny guy, as you probably know if you watch his stuff. And the jokiness of him and that doesn't seem forced. See what I mean? I know it's not forced, but some people can make it sit. Anyway, you know what I mean. Funny bloke, good videos. Cheered me up. Watching him cheered me up on days that I wasn't quite so in tune with being wasn't quite so it wasn't in quite a good mood, shall we say. And I've noticed there's a couple of things, well, one particular thing that's happened while I was away and I kind of watched the video for, didn't quite understand at the time. At that exact time, and I'll go into that a bit later. I've got some acquisitions to show you, and with the fact that I've been away, I've been busy, I haven't had a chance to do the next couple of videos in the useful books series, which I am going to do, and obviously with that is so much for the once every 2 weeks. Lesson learned for next year is to do some canned material, get some material in the can, so I can put them up as and when, even if I'm just doing it on an odd weekend when I have, some free time. Yeah. So hopefully I shall. No, I am currently back, and I shall stay being back, and hope to get a few videos in between now and Christmas, and between now and the end of the year. Christmas is near the end of the year, twit. Christmas, yeah, near the end of the year. Christmas is near the end of the year, as you all know. Can you tell I've not been in front of a flipping video, in front of my webcam on my computer, doing a video for about 4 months? I'm all over the place. Oh well, I'll soon get back into the swing of things, I hope. As I said, yep, got the 2 useful books videos I promised. It's just a case of reading those books and getting them done. They're not particularly thick books, but I will get them done, and I should be up. Then basically that'll be me done before, or up until Christmas, I hope, but then again, you never know. Right, 2 weeks from today will be the 7th of October, November, yeah, 7th of November. That around that sort of time, I should try and have at least one of the Useful Books videos done and up. But if not, it will be up and done. Obviously, because otherwise it wouldn't be up if it wasn't done. What else? Yeah, I've got some footage and some pictures from an air show I went to on the 1st of August, and I know that I'm well aware that's 2 months ago. But as I said, I haven't really had the time. If I haven't had the, well, no, of course, it's logical step. If I haven't had the time to sit in front of this and talk, of course, I'm not going to have the time to edit and compile a video from pictures and video clip, am I? Anyway, I shall move on to the acquisitions once I've kind of got myself in a position ready to do it. Right, I've now got the acquisitions off to one side of me, so I'll just have to go. Yeah, I kind of look like one of those grabby robots from the old car adverts. I can't remember which car that went. Oh, Citroen Picasso adverts with the spray paint hands. Yeah. Yeah, I've just linked model making to a advert for a car that has painting in it. Suppose it's a tenuous connection there. Oh well, live and learn. Right, first off I have from Bandai, they're all Bandai kits, the HG00 Gundam NG001 Gundam Exia from Gundam 00. And yeah, this one, the other two I've got, there's a reason why I've got this one. I just got it because I thought it looked cool, which some people are probably going, not the best reason to buy a kit, but come on, come on, it's got a sword and shield, and the sword turns into flips back and flips back and the blade flips back and the hilt becomes a gun. Come on, that's cool. Yeah, I've just made myself look like a big kid. Oh well. Yeah, and that's, oh, so yeah, before I put that down, it's a high grade kit which is not the lowest detailed, or the lowest, or the lowest in terms of detail Gundam kit you can get apart from no grades. But they're usually for younger children to get into it. Yeah, but this is high grade, which is got some detail. It's quite detailed, but it's not as detailed as real grade and the master grade and so on and so forth. The higher grade up in the pecking order, the more detail and the bigger the scale. But real grade, if I remember correctly, is both 1/144 and 1/100 scale, but high grade is just 1/144, 1/144. And as it says there, you've got high grade, or HG, which is high grade, Gundam 00, and it's kit number 1 in the series. Yep, you can definitely tell I've not been in front of the camera for 4 months. That's because I was behind one in August. Right, next up we have the EFSF prototype close combat mobile suit RX-78-2 Gundam. And this one is, where is it? It's the 35th anniversary series reflection revive edition, which is basically the reboxing of the 30th anniversary one, from what I've been told, without the clear plastic bits at the 30th, the special gimmicky clear plastic bits that Bandai sometimes brings out for special versions of kits and that. And I meant to show you on the extra, but most Gundam kits have pictures along the sides and the ends. But this one also has some advertisement pictures and that on the bottom of the box. And like all Japanese, well, like apparently all Japanese kits hasn't got tape along the bottom because people don't tend to steal in Japan, apparently. Or don't tend to steal model kits or some such strength. No, it's not enough. It's nothing to do with, it's nothing to do with stealing. I think it's so shops can have like boxes for use with spares and spare sprues or spare pieces. I could be wrong there. Yeah, but like with the extra, it has got, but this one's got high grade up there. And it says Universal Century, and this is kit number 191. And apparently, usually in each line, or the first kit in each, each grade or each upgrade, or if they go to like version 2.0, 3.0, usually first kit in that point to be made a point 2.0 or point 3.0 is this, because it's the Granddaddy Gundam. And the reason why I brought this in, I'm sorry for keep doing that up and down, is because I used to watch Gundam Wing when I was younger in secondary school. So you're talking about the years of 2000 to 2000, from 2000 to 2005. But I never used to watch them in order because it was whatever episode was on in the morning before I went to school. So then I watched this about a year or two ago. Absolutely fell in love with obviously RX-78-2 and the whole, well, this is a lot deeper than I thought it was sort of thing. Where are we now? Yeah. Now we have the MSM2, the MSM 0-07S Zegok, Principality of Zeon, Char's custom type. Char being the main antagonist of Mobile Suit Gundam, and Amuro Ray being the main one of the group of the main protagonists, but Char is Amuro's rival mainly. It's a bit difficult to explain without actually watching it. I made the start on this, and that's why when I did that you hear it rattling around, plus the sprues are loose in their plastic packets. They're not loose from them, they're in the plastic packets, but they're just moving about. And I shall show you that in a minute. But yeah, this one, I just love the episode it was in, but the only downfall, as you can probably guess from a fighting standpoint, is the fact that because it's got claws, it is melee only. But it's when you're fighting something that's got guns. Well, hang on, there might have been a gun in the middle of the claws, I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched the episode with the Zegok in. I wish I could be more help, but yeah. So I'm going to stop this clip here and come back and show you what I've done. Right, I'm back with the Zegok bits out of this box and ready to show you what I've done. I have built two feet. There's 2 feet. 2 legs rather. Each of these balls, each of these are jointed. So you've got that one that moves independently of the other two. That one obviously moves independently of the other two, but it's difficult to show. And that one's hinged on a mechanism like that. Then with the ankle you have the full left and right movement that your ankle would have, and the back and front. Then we've got the hips with nice-ish detail. Not nice, it's good detail. And obviously you've got one ball joint there, one ball joint on there, 2 ball joints on the lower hip there where my fingers are. Like that, like that. And you have 1 ball joint up there. And they have a nice little bit of greebly or whatever that is. I think that might be a water thruster, I'm not sure. And then we have the lower half of the torso, which the upper top half plugs in there, and the bottom half, that bit plugs into the hip. Right, that went a lot quicker than I expected, but I have prepared for that eventuality. Yeah, back to what I was saying. No, not back to what I was saying earlier. But reminder of what the next two useful books are. And I know I'm doing some Karen's pet peeve of not being prepared. But obviously we have the great aircraft of World War II, Avro Lancaster, by Mike Spick, or as I kept calling it, Mike Spike, in the last when I last mentioned about it. And then we have Great Aircraft of World War II, Supermarine Spitfire, by Alfred Price. And those are the next two up for. I think they're aimed at a younger audience, but then again, with some of the information, just flicking through it and remembering, it's actually one of those books that can benefit everyone. Right. As I said earlier, there's something that happened while I was away, well, while I was busy, that I saw the video for, and was a bit confused, then went on to the ISM post and read it, and totally understand. That's the fact, obviously Cohen has basically moved all his videos to not private, but so you can only view them through links he puts up on ISM. And I know some people have gone, well, you're just giving the people that you were getting annoyed with what they want. And I beg to differ. I know Mike's probably going to be watching this. And the reason I beg to differ is in life sometimes, and I know I don't do it as often as I should, you just have to turn around and go, I'm going to do this because I want to do it, and if you don't like it, all you've got to do, basically you've got to do what you want to do, no matter what. And it may seem selfish, but sometimes you have to be selfish and you have to do what you want to do. Excuse me. Sometimes you've got to do what you want to do, and you've got to do what's right for you. You can't go around treading on eggshells or tiptoeing around because you don't want to upset people. Excuse me. Sometimes you have to do what's right for you, no matter if it upsets people. I wasn't upset by this. I was just a bit perplexed and a bit like, okay, this is a bit excuse me, fly buzzing in front of me. Little horrible little bug, small fly. Yeah. Sometimes you have to do what's right for you, regardless of whether it might upset some people, or because you've just basically got to do what's right for you in your heart and that. And where is it? What was I saying? Yeah. And I'm not being funny. There's the old saying: if you try and please everyone, you end up pleasing no one, especially yourself, because you'll be upset, you'll be stressed, and this, that, and the other. And I know that's something Mike doesn't need. He doesn't need to be stressed out and that. And some people, yes, I can see where people are coming from, where you're giving the people you want, giving the people that were, well, Mike explains it on his video a bit better than me, and on the post, but someone did say, people have said, well, he's giving people what they want, but in my opinion, no, he hasn't, not really, because he's taken himself out of the situation, and sometimes the better thing to do is take yourself completely out of the situation. That way you're not getting stressed, you're not getting angry, you can think clearly, you can get back to enjoying the hobby, because as Cohen or Mike, however you address him, As said himself, it is a hobby, and that is exactly what it is. It's, as he said, it is a hobby, and this is we do it as a hobby, and that is exactly what it is. It is a bit of fun and a bit of enjoyment, and that. And I can see a lot of. I can see playing devil's advocate. I can see what people are getting at with that, but sometimes actually, you're better off removing yourself from the situation. A bit like removing an element from the fire triangle, either fuel, air, or the ignition source. Probably a bad analogy there, but I'm sure people know what I mean. I'm not being funny. It's not like I've done my fair share of stupid things in the community. Like I got myself in a I ranted about and defended Mike and Paul. And yes, my heart was in the right place. The execution was wrong. And I'm not going to ever do a rant video again. I may do videos expressing my thoughts on modelling subjects and that, but not in a I'm having a go at someone or I want someone to get angry at me or this, that and the other. It'll be as a I want to talk. I've got this idea that I've been musing upon, and I want, to bring it out into the community. And I think, to be honest with you, the community just needs to learn. Well, not learn. Certain elements of the community, but it just feels like the community sometimes just needs to think. Well, instead of pouring petrol or gasoline for our American for the Americans or anywhere else that calls us gasoline onto the fire, perhaps just step back and think, no, I'm going to ignore this person. I'm not going to get angry with them. And I know it may seem hypocritical of me, considering, as I admitted myself, I did a rant video and poured petrol onto the flames, but I have learnt from that mistake. I am not going to do that again. If someone is going to be an idiot or a twit or about it and that, just think, I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to give this person what they want, because by giving them the attention they want, you are giving what they're ranting and raving about credence and that and substance. So basically, you're just making them think, oh yes, I'm getting a reaction from people, and that's what they want. I know I'm probably rabbiting on about this, but yeah. To be honest with you, I wholeheartedly agree with Mike's reasons for doing it, because if I was in his position, I would do it myself, and I totally support him, because I've done, as you will see, I've got a video on my channel giving him support when he was in a bad, well, not when he was in a bad place, when something kicked off. I can't remember what it was, because it was about 7 months ago, I think. But he's a good bloke, and good blokes like him, I mean this from my heart, don't need the trouble, don't need the stress and that, and they don't need to feel like they need to be don't feel like they need to be constantly on alert and constantly watching their backs. And he knows there's a lot of people out there that support him, and he's got good friends. If I offend anyone for my opinions on this, fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion. I may not agree with it, you may not agree with mine. But let's not start a petty blooming argument about it, or anything petty, because life's too short. We all do this hobby of scale model building, or whatever hobbies you do. If you've got more than one hobby, that you do it for the enjoyment. You don't do it to sit there and get angry and stressed at people. Yes, okay, and that. I know there's been some issues on Facebook recently, and I won't go into that, but I know that one thing I can't stand is people ripping other people's work down. We all learnt once. We all were new to the hobby once, or we all or some of us even were in the hobby once when we were younger and come back to it, and so we're having to relearn. And that was the weirdest thing for me when I got back into the hobby, was learning like the things like Tamiya extra thin and enamels weren't the only paints you could use to paint your kits with. Because when I was a kid in the, well, some people still say I'm a kid, but that's by the by. When I was growing up in the 90s building Airfix kits, they still came with enamel paint tins, or tinlets as they're called. And I thought for years that, enamels are the only way to paint kits. It's not. We all learn that. And basically what I'm trying to get at is don't rip everyone apart and that. Don't rip someone apart just because you don't think that it's right. And if someone asks for constructive criticism, give them that. Point it out to them politely. Give them constructive criticism, which is not, oh, we've done this wrong, and okay, it is a bit of that, but perhaps word it nicer, like, well, perhaps you could try this next time, like most people do. But if someone is asking for constructive criticism, they're not inviting people in to have a go at them. They're inviting people in to help them learn. Oh, God, I'm sounding old. Nah, I don't care. I'm just saying what I feel that has to be said. Well, not has to be said. I'm saying what I feel I should be saying, just to get my opinion out there. Okay, yes, you're going to get idiots and people that are going to rip chunks out of people in any walk of life, any hobby. But perhaps we should stop ripping chunks out of people, each other, and just help each other learn and teach the younger modellers that it is not okay to turn around and say to someone, well, that's not right, well, that's not right, you should have done it this way, and say to them, well, that's good for your, if it's their first attempt at armour or whatever, that's good for your first attempt, perhaps you'd want to try this next time. It's simple. I know it's gone from me talking about Mike to this, but basically it's all sort of all tied in, and I know he'll understand what I mean. But just be kind to one another, get on with each other, teach and learn. Because, and I will quote my grandpa here, he once said to me, the day you stop learning is the day you might as well be dead and buried. And that's not me being rude, and that's not him being rude. It is basically, you don't stop learning. The only time you stop learning is when you actively decide you're going to stop learning new things. You might as well be dead, is what he means. But, where am I? Yeah. But listen, I've gone on for too long. And I will say, as usual, I've been Darkblade88. Be kind to one another. Keep up at whatever. Keep building things the way you want, and keep enjoying the hobby. And I shall see you next time on my next video. And hopefully it won't be as long as rambly as this. Goodbye.